plaintiff, David Hughes, says when he was 11 years old, his father murdered his mother and stepfather, and as a result, he grew up alone. David claims when he learned the defendant didn't have a male role model in his life, David tried to take him under his wing, but he's suing him today for 2 unpaid loans. Defendant Nicholas Levanway says growing up, his father was in and out of jail due to his alcoholism. And although he and David were good friends, David's drinking hit a little too close to home, and it caused problems. Nicholas claims David is suing for more than he owes.
Let's hear from you first.
Well, Your Honor, it's kind of hard for me to talk about, but when I was about 11 years old, my dad broke into my house and killed my mom and my stepdad, and
Oh, wow. Where were you?
I was in the house at the time.
You're just kind of saying that to let me know the type of life you've lived?
It has to do a little bit with the defendant's life.
How long have you known the defendant?
About 7 or 8 years.
Tell me how the two of you know each other and how that might have affected your friendship or something.
Well, I didn't have much of a father figure when I was growing up, and from what I heard Nick say and what I know of him, he doesn't have much of a father figure when he was growing up, so I thought maybe I'd step up and try to be a father figure towards him.
Gotcha. All right. And you all bonded based on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened with your parents?
My dad was a major alcoholic growing up, and he was in and out of jail for drinking and drinking and drugging growing up, and just a lot of trouble. I never really had a father because of the drinking. He was an alcoholic. Kind of affected me.
You did?
Yeah, I didn't have a father there to rely on, or lend me money or help me, give me support or give me advice.
I'm a father, but I don't lend my kids money.
Right. He was just never there.
They got
for
a
me.
father. They
He was
still
never
can't
there,
borrow
money.
money.
He never went to my football games.
What else didn't he do? Because I might not do it. It may be another one there that I
understand
don't do. I'm as present as you can be. All right. I'm glad you all been able to bond with each other. And so what has the relationship been like for the 7 years, friendship?
Oh, it was pretty good. I took him boating, camping, snowmobiling. We hung out, we had a good time, talked about women, helped him work on his cars, and his first girlfriend almost.
As far as y'all can go, is just talking about women? Ain't nobody come up?
I have a woman, I'm married.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, got it. So you were schooling him?
I was trying to help him out, Your Honor.
Got it, all right. Relatively decent looking guy, present himself well. You telling me you didn't teach him well enough to come up with a nice
in
lady?
That department.
What issues? You have issues with the woman department?
No, I got a girlfriend right now.
See? All right. Go ahead. So it's been smooth for the most part, those 7 years up until now. Is this the first time you fell out?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You give me some background, then you can get into the specifics of the money. Yes, sir.
Well, Your Honor, I met him, he was my boss at work. I look up to his hard work ethic and how hard he worked, how he taught me about things about work, how we, things I didn't know and stuff. And we became buddies over, hanging out, going out partying, going snowmobiling.
You say he taught you the birds and the bees too, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, not.
And how old are you now?
I'm 26. This was
y'all met 7 years ago.
I started working.
And you just learned the birds and the bees 7 years ago?
No.
Where do people come from?
Yeah, where do people come from?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Hughes, where do people come from? Well, the mom, the lady gets with the man. All right, go ahead.
We just started hanging out. Usually we'd hang out after work and drink and have a couple of beers and relax after I become 21 and stuff. And we went out to the bar. He always took me out and made sure I had a good time because I didn't have the money, always paid my way and was always there and helped me out. But the drinking just became too much,
With him?
Yes.
Okay, so you saw that in your dad, and then your mentor started showing the same thing.
Yeah, I just worried about him. I didn't want to see him become out like my dad did. We just started hanging out. Usually we'd hang out after work and drink and have a couple of beers and relax after I become 21 and stuff. And we went out to the bar. He always took me out and made sure I had a good time because I didn't have the money, always paid my way and was always there and helped me out. But the drinking just became too much,
With him?
Yes.
Okay, so you saw that in your dad, and then your mentor started showing the same thing.
Yeah, I just worried about him. I didn't want to see him become out like my dad did.
Defendant Nicholas Levanway was friends with the plaintiff, but he claims the plaintiff's drinking caused problems in their friendship.
What do you think the problem was? What caused him to go so deep into alcoholism?
Who, Dave?
Yes.
He works hard, and I think like he said, his life growing up was hard on him. I think he just always wanted to,
But you say he got progressively worse since you met him.
Yeah. We'd always, at first it was just a couple of drinks, then it would get into like heavy drinking. He'd get really arrogant and aggressive. And
You can't attribute it to anything, the change?
Yeah.
Did he lose his job?
No, nothing changed.
Wife started bugging him more than she used to?
No, nothing that I know of it changed.
What happened? Your wife started bugging you more than she used
No,
to?
Your
She
Honor.
drove you to drinking?
No, Your Honor.
You'd already been drinking.
Yes, Your Honor.
Excessively?
Depending on the day of the week, I guess.
You haven't started drinking more than you were when you became his mentor?
No, I drink about the same.
So you have a problem drinking?
Probably a little.
Good. That's the first step, is admitting you're going to get some help. You want us to help you get some help? Maybe some outpatient treatment or something or another?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
So you fine with it? All right, if it doesn't cause you a problem, you say you have a problem, but you don't mind that problem. That's what you're saying, pretty much. It's a problem that you can live with.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and it's a problem you enjoy.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, there it is.
It just caused us problems, Your Honor. Sometimes we get little tiffs after we've been drinking, or he'd go overboard. He'd call me all drunk and just, ramble on and get on me about stuff. Just bothered me. I didn't want that because my dad used to talk to me like that when he was all drunk.
All right.
It bothered me.
Well, at least you're honest. I mean, I like your honesty. So how does your mentee owe you $600?
Well, Nick came to me and asked to borrow $500. So I lent him the $500, and he was supposed to pay me back $40 a month on the 12th of every month. And there was a $5 late fee if he was late, and there was other late fees involved. He made 4 payments of $40 each, which is $160. And during that time, I lent him another $120, which he was only supposed to borrow for a week, which he never paid that back, and there was a $30 late fee on that. With all the late fees that we got together on the phone, and we decided that instead of paying all those late fees, we just
Okay, what's
settle
the
at
total
$600.
amount that he agreed to repay? $600?
$600.
And he's paid you nothing?
He's paid me nothing.
All right, sir?
Yes, I paid $200 in February to him, which my mom can occur to.
Yes.
So I don't
See
think
that?
it should be a $400.
That's where that drinking becomes a problem. Watch this. He was a little tipsy when you gave it to him, wasn't he?
He'd been drinking, yes.
No, Your Honor. They
No,
did not
you
pay me
got the
$200.
problem.
They didn't pay me
He doesn't have
$200.
the problem. So his testimony is more reliable than yours. That's where that drinking becomes a problem. That hurts you. Because when you get in situations where the benefit of the doubt comes up, you don't get it because you got a drinking problem. You want to stand up, ma'am?
Yes.
State your name.
My name is Gwendolyn Pence.
What do you want to tell me?
I'm Nick's mom, and the thing that I had about the relationship to begin with was the drinking. His dad had a drinking problem. I didn't want him to become excessively into the drinking thing. But with Dave, I realized he was a good work friend, but the constant drinking, the DUIs, once my son was, arrested, or not my son was, but Dave was arrested, and my son was with him in the car.
You were arrested for drunk driving.
And so it became a real problem. I just tried to tell my son, look, I don't think he's a good mentor like you want him to be, and then Nick finally realized, hey.
I still looked up to him, Your Honor, in different ways, how he works, his work ethic. He still holds down a good job and pays his bills. I still look up to him because of that. But the drinking, I wish he would just,
Yeah.
It is a problem that's harming others, sir. It's a problem that's you drunk driving out there, and now you can't recall whether you received $200 in compensation toward this loan. You were tipsy, no doubt. As he says, you had been drinking. You admit that you have a drinking problem. You've been drunk driving. And you want me to take your word over this sweet little lady.
Your Honor, I
Now,
have.
whose word would you take? Let's just be honest.
Your Honor, I have.
Hold
two,
on, no,
two
no, no.
promissory notes.
Sir, I know, and he agrees. He owes you. He just said he paid you part of it. He agrees that whatever he put on that promissory note was correct, right?
Yep.
So yeah, you don't have to show that to me. He agrees. But what he says is, I gave him 200, and you say I have a problem drinking, which affects my memory. Or you should have said that part because it does.
Your Honor, I would ask to see the receipt that they paid me the $200.
Do you give out receipts?
They had to get a receipt from somewhere.
You the person they paid.
Defendant Nicholas Levanway was friends with the plaintiff, but he claims the plaintiff's drinking caused problems in their friendship.
Sir, look at her and then think of yourself. Who should I believe?
Me, Your Honor.
Please. You know better than that. You don't even trust yourself more than you trust this sweet little lady.
I trust myself more than I trust either one of those two.
You shouldn't. Your judgment is for $400, sir, the amount he says he has not paid. He says that you were drunk or you had been drinking when he gave you the money. You, on the other hand, didn't tell me about that drunk driving case. She did, so she's here being honest. You dodged that. You sitting up here telling me, I like being an alcoholic. I don't have no problem. It's a problem, but I don't want to change, Judge. I know you want to offer me some help and tell me, but no, I don't want no help. I want to keep drunk driving. That's
No.
the essence of what you're saying.
I don't drive, Your Honor.
I know you can't now because, let me go, because now you're making fun and these folks out here risking their lives being around you on the road. Have a good day. 400 is the judgment. I believe he paid 200 based on his testimony and his mother's credibility. Have a good day.
They lied. They said they owed me $600 just before we came here.
I think we can. I agreed. I thought and the agreement was up to 400 was what I was on the contract.
Dave has a serious drinking problem and a whole lot of DUIs, and it wasn't good on my son, period.